that a laundry
What
table,
is up, Bucs Nation? It is July 31st, 2024. You are watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your boy Sammer, hanging out with Latte, who is back, fully invested, back with the team. Might not be wearing pads, but he's back. And of course, one stank bastard who, just continuously disappoints me. Just continuously disappoints me day in, day out. Phone call in, phone call out. And for those of you wondering, this guy here with the wandering eyes camera, the stank cam, you may know him on Twitter. You may know him on YouTube. But This man is actually Sky Mall's NFL Critic of the Year. Okay? And not only has he won it once, and he wants more, which tells you he's different. Right? He's on a different level, right? So we want to welcome fantasy football weirdo and just general shenanigans king, Chuck fucking Bass. What's up, Chuck?
Guys, it's so good to be here. I can't encourage everybody enough to get out and vote. I need you to get down to your dog tracks, to your strip clubs, anywhere where voting polls are going on. Get down there, vote for me for back-to-back Sky Mall Critic of the Year. I'll be happy to have your vote. I'm happy to be here with you boys, ready to tear it down tonight, get into some Bucs buzz. This is what I live for.
That's the only election I'm actually fucking qualified to vote in, honestly.
That's the only one I care about. Honestly,
I need a yard sign.
He has my vote just based off his fucking microphone, bro. Like, you should have came on with the Bob Barker, bro.
I was gonna say the only thing they could have topped it would have been the Bob Barker extraordinaire, right? The little pencil dick mic. That'd have been the way. But before, so look, we have topics ready to go. But before those topics could get, we could dive into them. Obviously, some major news does happen before the show, though we don't have time to go into that. But the major news, or not, we didn't have time to update the list. But Bucs newly acquired free agent was going to be competing for the left guard spot. Sua Opeta officially tears his ACL last night at practice. Latte and Stank were there. They witnessed it. They had a bad feeling in their nuts, and they kind of knew that in the bottom of their sack, they're like, that was not a good one. The silver lining is that he was not currently leading that competition, whereas Brendison was. So that's the silver lining. Again, you don't want to see that, but he was good depth. He was a good run guy. Coming from the Eagles, I thought it was a good piece to have, but now he will not be here, so that's terrible news. So the first major injury, I guess, guys, hits the Bucs now.
First and only. Hold on, first and only. It's not the first. You said first of many. Relax. Pump the brakes.
There's gonna be a toe. There's gonna be a toe at some point because they have yet to get Stank in the building there on the medical staff to be the foot specialist. Right? You need that guy in that building. Everyone knows that. Chuck knows that. Latte knows that. And I hate to make Stank sound smarter than anyone else in any room, but in this case, it would be applicable.
Hey, that shit works, man. Listen.
Thank you.
It's not. Listen. Success has it's an easy recipe. Okay, it's why Rex Ryan and the Jets, right, had a great year. The Super Bowl. Foot fetish. He was all into that. Then he got all embarrassed when it came out. Went away from his foot. Love. And what happened? It just crashed and burned. You got to embrace the foot thing. You have to. And Stank is an imperative member of the front office and training staff. Yeah. And I think that has to be more respected, right? It's the people behind the scenes. It's like the hitting yardage in a game. Right? Like,
you make a great point.
Get grounded.
We were there watching the guys. We were there watching the guys warmed up. Excuse me. We were there watching the guys warm up. Opeta had his shoes on. Anyways, continue.
I was going to say, speaking of great point, the chat has brought up a very significant thing we have to discuss at this point. Stank goes to first practice of the training camp.
Yep. Guy
gets injured. So new first topic we're going to dive into here. Should Stank be banned from further training camps for the rest of 2024?
I would say yes. He's not welcome anymore. As a matter of fact, Sam and I are going next week because you're jaundiced. Sam and I are going next week, and he's not coming with us, bro.
No Stank. You are not going with a Stank.
We're going with the upgraded Stank version, Chuck Bass.
Yes,
let's go, baby.
This is like, Stank is like the base model. You get the hubcaps, you get the roll-up windows, no fucking GPS, no nothing.
Ashtray. You get an ashtray in my car.
And you got Chuck Bass over here. You got the alloy wheel package. You got the wing package. That's the upgraded Stank version.
I definitely like to think of myself as like upgrading on an Allegiant flight. That's me, baby. I'm an Allegiant upgrade all day long.
It's funny. I'm taking a flight this Friday. It's Spirit, of course, because I'm not paying big money for a flight.
Why you would do that, bro? And yes,
I like to live dangerously also.
Yeah.
I flew Allegiant one time, Chuck, and you could literally see the pilots. Like, you could see there was no door.
You can go in there if you want, yeah.
No, it was just, you were just part of the cabin.
You can tag them out. You could tag him in, dude. You know, like those, you know, like tag team wrestling. You could just tap the guy on the shoulder. I got
Let's
the next.
not go with tagging out or tagging in with pilots, bro. Let's not do that. We got
remember the planes that Indiana Jones used to take with like there'd be like a crate of chickens next to him and stuff like that.
That was
similar to that.
You look like one of the. You look like a crate of chickens traveler.
Somebody said he's the king of fucking.
Kind of accurate, honestly.
Is he the king of fuck the Saints? No, actually,
Chuck
I came up with that.
King
term.
of fuck the Saints. Hold on a second.
Fat W said send Sting to Saints practice.
Send Sting to Atlanta.
That's where I'm going Friday, bro.
No, we officially the three of us have voted. Stank, you could vote if you really wanted to. I guess I'm assuming you're going to vote no on you being banned from training camp. But the three of us and Chuck included, we've voted that you will not be allowed in any more training camp practices.
Sweet.
So
Chuck gets the
we
vote?
will be there. We will be there next week. Chuck, I don't know where the fuck you actually live, but you're welcome to just slide into a spot. You could just say you're Stank.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm prohibited from talking about where I live because of certain federal government laws. But I mean, otherwise, I'm able to get out and about and come do things. So I'm ready to rock.
I can't unsee this. I'm sorry, Chuck. Is that fucking Roger Goodell behind your shoulder there?
Oh yeah, this is the number one.
Are you related to fucking Roger? What the fuck's going on here?
No, I'm just a huge Roger Goodell fan. It's Buccaneers here and then Roger Goodell right here. I mean, just the greatest commissioner in history of pro sports, an absolute legend in every regard. And I like to show him a little sport because he's not getting any guys. He's not getting it from anybody else.
That's true.
I can respect that. I can respect.
He was the first one to get in and bring it in close. Him and Gerald McCoy had like very, very like real moment on stage. And honestly, I credit that for the open movement we have now across the league. Everybody's free to be who they are, and I think there has at least a little bit of part of that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So how about no more padded practices for what?
Yeah, I'm about to say. Speaking of injured offensive linemen, the Bucs and Tristan have agreed as of a couple days ago because we're going to go over the last couple days. He will not be wearing or participating in any of the padded practices, because that is the safe thing to do. We kind of said that would be the route he would take, even though we saw him wearing pads and participating, not full pads, obviously, those first 3-4 days. So, good move, obviously. Latte, I think you agree?
I wholeheartedly agree. As a matter of fact, I don't want Wirfs anywhere near the field. Forget not participating in padded practices. Don't even come onto the field, sir. Stank and I saw Opeta go down, fuck up his ACL, right? We also saw somebody else like fling a receiver out of bounds into a player that wasn't even paying attention, almost took their fucking knees out, right? Like Todd had to fucking lay the hammer down there because he was pissed off. Chill. I don't want Wirfs anywhere near anything where he can get injured, coughed on, grazed, nothing. Okay, until the ink is dry, stay somewhere else, bro. Go up in the fucking booth with fucking Jason Light. Go do something else. Okay. So yeah, no more padded, no more nothing. Not worse.
Chuck,
I legitimately could not agree more. When like these blue chip Hall of Fame bound players don't need any more practice, and I kind of like the idea of letting some of the younger guys maybe get thrown into the fire a little bit, maybe step up and take a little bit more of a leadership role, especially Barton. Fortify the interior of that line and just come alive, because this is a unit that still has a lot to prove despite having a lot of potential. So I'd like to kind of see him shepherd that in.
The only thing that I don't like about it, and I agree, keep him away, don't want him to get injured. I do want this to happen sooner than later, obviously the contract, because whoever's playing left guard next to him, I'd like them to have a little bit of some sort of chemistry, something. But I'm not saying that from a Tristan Wirfs standpoint. It's more or less whoever, that stooge is going to be next to him, understanding how Tristan likes things done. Like when you're, the new cop in town and you get to go with the, old grizzly vet, and he's he's asking you to, he likes things done a certain way. He likes his coffee a certain way. He likes you to drive the fucking car a certain way. Like Stank coming in as a rookie cop is bad news for everybody, obviously. Right. So I want that developed relationship to have a little bit of time. That's all. But again, I'm not too worried about that because Jason Light, Greenberg, Spytech, the whole crew, they know what the fuck they're doing. Stank?
Sammer, where do you fall on the police academy movies, chart? You love them, you hate them?
Love them. Mostly because of the cop with the sound effects. The helicopter sounds he does. And I mean, that guy's a fucking legend. You guys know how much imitation and impressions I do. That guy's a legend, dude. That guy's a legend for me.
Give us your best. Your
yeah,
best.
I was gonna say
impersonation. Now we got to hear it.
Yeah,
what?
definitely.
My best what?
Your best like impersonation of a sound effect, like he does. I want to hear it.
Can you do the cannons going off?
I've never thought about object impersonations. No, I don't know.
That's different. I don't even want to read LDBC's most.
Yeah, don't
wanted
read it. Don't read it. Just
chat.
knock on wood.
Hey,
Wait,
knock
he
on wood.
donated money.
Thank you for your super
care.
chat. I'll say this. He might have to move to another state. We'll just leave it at that. And then Yeez, I'd like you to answer this question, Chuck, as our guest. Yeez says, Stank, I was gonna say what's up last night when I saw your practice, but it looks like you bite. Can you confirm or deny, Chuck?
Can you repeat that again? Because I want to make sure if it was the beer that's impairing my ability to hear that correctly, or if it was as batshit crazy as it sounded.
It was that batshit crazy. It says, Stank, I was gonna say what's up last night at practice, but you look like you bite.
I mean, I think that's a sign of power and respect. And I'd have to commend every, I want to look like that. People look at me and they're like, can you get the fuck away from me? So I wish they feared me a little bit more in that regard.
They definitely fear you. I don't think it's the fear you're thinking though. It's
all right. I'm done then. I'll see you guys later. I appreciate it. I'm checking out.
Oh man.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else to add on this Tristan Wirfs topic, but you guys got to go last night to the practice indoor facility, so the guys had a little bit more juice. They probably had a little bit more rest.
Stop right there. It was one of the most mundane, boring, fucking lifeless,
It's
no
early
energy
early practice
at all. No, I'm not saying the players. The players are fired up. Defense was on fire, bro. They were going at it.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not on this show to talk about the crowd. I don't give a fuck about those.
No, we need to.
We will. We'll get it. We will get into it. I understand. And I will let you guys get that out 100%. But I'm talking about on the field. Jalen McMillan gonna be a fucking problem, and not only first 3 days no pads. And then now 3 days he's had pads. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And he has done it every single fucking day.
This is not going to be a Taekwon Underwood thing. Like the pads come on and he disappeared. No, the pads came on and he turned it up.
Hey, Latte. Nobody wrote about it and I didn't even tweet about it. But I pointed out that like right before practice started, it's Baker and Jalen McMillan having like a 30-minute conversation. Just the two of them, bro. Over there, like just. Baker was late to get in on his like snaps. I think Kyle took 10 extra snaps because that's how important that conversation with I don't know what they were talking about, and then Jalen went on to take over practice after that. Pretty fucking impressive.
You're pumping your fist like you called this or something.
He literally
I mean, it's just that the vibes coming out of this team do nothing but hit every milestone that I want them to hit, especially in that kind of post like 2022. Tom Brady, let's slug through this season kind of thing. It is just like spring has come for the team. And I just love everything that I'm hearing. I really haven't, heard anything that makes me go, ooh, I wish I would have seen that differently, this differently. And all the clips, like you guys said, pre-pads, post-pads, everything. I mean, it is just beautiful to watch.
Oh, yeah, Sammer, and music to your ears, sir. Servassier Dennis was not lying when he said, yeah, Dave's offense was kind of just easy to figure out. This one has a lot more movement, a lot more window dressing. We saw a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot. We saw a lot of bootlegs, a lot of play action. It was a lot of boots. That's why I put it out yesterday. I tweeted yesterday. I was like, this is going to be fun to watch, bro. We saw some outside zone stretch, like fucking with Rashad, bro. It was just beautiful.
We saw the Aurelius bend around. I saw that play too.
We did.
He brought it back.
I don't know why you're interrupting your brother while he's speaking, especially.
I was speaking with him.
You know the hierarchy.
No,
like, someone asked earlier, how have you been allowed to speak this much? Who would prove that? And you know what? I think you're a little overzealous, Stank, because you got to do a show just you and I, and now you think that that's how it's always going to be when it has absolute. I brought in a fourth person so that you talk even less, following a show where you got to speak a lot. Almost.
Can we talk about Chuck's hat for a second? By the way.
Yeah,
my dad got that hat in 1980, bro. That exact hat.
That's your dad's hat. That's your dad's hat.
You know what that hat reminds me of? That hat reminds me of the Sandlot hat. We're like, what the fuck? No, let me get you a real ball cap, bro. What is that? That's got the biggest bill I've ever seen in my life. That's like
that is fucking original.
You guys really just hit me with a high and a low there. Nice hat. Let's get you a fucking new one though.
No, what?
No, you said so nice.
You'll see
Chuck,
that.
I dressed up. I got my all-stock creamsicle on, guys. I'm here to play.
Sammer loves the creamsicles, bro.
Oh, well, that's not even it's a yellow.
Gold, but then the jersey's yellow. I don't
it's a yellow gold jersey. It's either Temu or it's that weird. It's that weird.
Wow.
It's that weird.
Did you just say that Bass has a Temu jersey on?
I mean, I don't see an NFL shield on it.
Nanigans, absolute nanigans, head to toe.
You came on the loose cannons, bro. You chose this. You knew
knows.
what
Yeah, you
He
did.
knows.
bro.
Yeah,
I chose violence, and I was ready for it.
He knows. He knows. All right. So
Let
back
me
to
do that.
J-Mac. Back to J-Mac. Can you guys now understand what me and Latte have been saying about Chris Godwin's time is about to expire? Not because he's not talented, but because
not loved and respected.
it is just, it's time. He's going to want money. And guess what? We got a guy who can fill in his exact position, runs fluid, smooth, velvety routes, goes across the middle, gets the tough yards, does everything you want him to do, and just makes plays nonstop. Why pay Chris Godwin? No disrespect, but you got the younger version of him for a lot cheaper for a few more years. It just makes some sense. And Trey Palmer naturally slides out as an outside receiver. It's like a perfect match, man.
Simmer down a little bit, bro.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Already anoint the guy. It was impressive. I agree.
very
In person, impressive. Chris Godwin's a different type of receiver, bro. Like physically imposing.
I'm not saying he's Chris
and
Godwin now, but he's on. If he has a fucking good first
I don't think Chris is going to be that unaffordable next year when you got guys, more guys breaking the fucking bank. You're going to look at his contract and be like, that's actually pretty good for Chris.
No, it's his last year, dude.
He's gonna want it. Yeah, we can't.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna be able
We'll see.
But I agree. We have to see it.
Good problem to have.
I think what Sammer's talking about for the chat and everyone here on this panel is looking at it from a chess point of view, looking at it from 10,000 feet. Is that if the plan comes to, obviously plans don't come together, right? But like front offices draft, you draft for future, you draft for, in case this happens. So if it all comes together, then sweet. And it looks like we got a legit dude. Like we got a fucking guy. We got a dude, right?
We need three guys. I think we have three now.
And I agree with saying and I don't think Sam was trying to say that. I don't think he's not Chris Godwin.
He's got a ways to go. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, if I'm looking at this from a general manager standpoint, I have a potential backup plan to where I don't have to worry about the Godwin scenario. If it plays out the right way, I'm in a good spot. Okay, I'm sorry we couldn't keep him. I wanted to keep him, but I got McMillan, and I'm okay giving him more balls. So, and you know how we feel here. More balls, the better.
Luke asked, how many more years does Mike have? This isn't a question of Mike Evans. Mike Evans is under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah, that's not.
Chris Godwin's contract is up after this season, guys.
Yep.
When they signed Mike, I mean, Trevor, Josh Quavo, anybody who does contracts, fucking Chuck Bass will tell you, right? Like when they signed Mike, they're signaling to Chris Godwin's team that we kind of chose Mike, bro. That we're going to pay Mike. The cash is going to be allocated towards 13. They can't pay both of them that kind of money. We can move on too. We're spending time on this.
Think about this. Has Chris Godwin's name come up at all in the offseason? He's going into the final year of a contract.
Yeah, actually, it has. I've seen a lot of people say he looks great out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, has it come? Hey, we would like to get something rolling, so we're not going into the season with a dead end, or playing for he has no insurance that anything good's going to happen after the season. If you never know what happens. Obviously, you don't like to go into a season. Most players don't like to go into a season on the last year of the contract. They try to get something done beforehand. Not one peep about that.
To button this up, I mentioned it in joking and quickly there. Taekwon Underwood, right? Like he did it in OTAs. He did it in minicamp.
Yes.
Now he's done it with the pads on. Now let's see if he does it with the lights on. Right? So far, he's checking all the boxes, but we have to see it with the lights on. Everybody in the chat's absolutely right. We have to see it for real on Sunday. Then you got to see it week 1 against Washington when it's fucking for real. Starters on starters.
It's a good matchup.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch of. He's got a lot of boxes to check off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's Godwin now. I'm saying in the future. No, I'm not. I'm saying
exactly what you said.
If things roll the way they should, this kid has the potential and the option for the Bucs at some point to where that is a more comfortable conversation than it would be uncomfortable. He could also make it very uncomfortable and be an absolutely terrible wide receiver like Taekwon Underwood. So we don't know. And Trey Palmer's still in the mix. But I'm just saying.
Back to Chris before you move
amazing.
on. Chris is, had a pretty good year last year, despite his hatred and his wife's hatred for Dime Piece Dave. We all knew that's why Dave's not here anymore, because of that. And Carolina Panthers are stupid, but the guy's going to bet on himself, right? Mm-hmm. He in this offense, he could have a monster fucking year. And then if that's the case, probably not going to be able to afford him.
He's set up to have, honestly, maybe not a career year like 2019, but maybe his second best. And that's just going to be something they're not going to be able to afford to bring him back, especially with the McMillan hype that we have. Teams around the league don't want to pay that second wide receiver if he's not an alpha. I mean, look what's going on with the Bengals, the 49ers right now. There's a lot of are we really going to do this? Especially when you have talent coming up at all these other positions.
Keep in mind, the way Liam's going to use that slot position, he's going to become the number one wide receiver in free agency pool if Ayuk is not somehow, already taken care of. But I was going to say, do you think Chris Godwin's wife, who has lived and been very vocal about loyalty and, you and your spouse are a team, you guys are a unit, you think she knew about Dave, doing what Dave likes to do best, and that maybe added to her hatred towards him?
Nobody digs up that dirt more than player wives. I cannot get enough of anything that they have to say at all times. Yeah. Support their voices, ladies and gentlemen. We need more of them.
We need more.
I agree.
King Cook says, I'm not hearing anything about Rashad though. What would you like to hear? The patch just came on.
Rashad.
From Stakes and Eyes Vision, we're looking at him. He lost about 10, 12 pounds. He looks lighter. He's made it a point to talk about the number one thing that Liam has constantly mentioned to him is go. I don't want anything else except fucking go forward. And he is doing that. He's putting his foot in the fucking ground and he's going forward. And guess what, guys? I pointed it out to Stank. One of the first snaps I saw him take was full contact. Graham Barton opened up a beautiful hole right the middle, and Rashad just squirt right up the middle. It was like, wow, that's refreshing.
Funny how that works.
We'll see what happens, but we got it. I mean, the pass just came on. Rashad looks good. He looked good in the passing game. Bucky looks really good too. Out of the two, Stank has been watching football longer than I. Rashad still looks smoother running routes, but Bucky's going to be a problem. We're going to have a nice 1-2 punch.
Yeah, John Tucker looked good last night.
John Tucker looked really good last night.
Yeah, he had two good days in a row, apparently. The offense has kind of dominated a lot of the conversation. You weren't here last week for our show, Latte, but it was all basically offensive talk. We talked a little about KJ Britt, but over the last few days, and especially last night, I guess, the Bucs defense is starting to wake up. Yaya Diaby is apparently the strongest human being in the building, even with Vita there. And they're just all they're making plays. They're dropping picks. Don't get me wrong, but it's good to see the other side of the ball now starting to wake up and kind of, punching back, whereas the offense has been kind of the leader so far.
Yaya Diaby picked up Payne Durham and threw him across the field like a child.
His helmet came off.
He threw him like a child. I'm like, what the fuck? Who was that? It was a tight end?
Child, like a baby.
It was embarrassing.
One of the best part, you guys remember when we drafted Payne Durham and you saw that picture and it was like, holy fuck, I wouldn't want to be caught in that guy. Like, he just looks like
a fucking biker.
I swear to you, Stank, I don't know if you saw it all the way through. Sammer, he flung him to the ground, helmet popped off, the whole nine. And literally, bro, he just literally stood up, picked up his helmet, didn't even make eye contact with Yaya. Put his helmet back on and walked the other way. Like, I don't want any problems type shit. Like, all right, bro. Cool.
Apparently Yaya didn't mean to do that. He had one of those Hulk moments where he's like, oh shit, I forgot you were a fucking 2-year-old. I didn't mean to throw you into the wall.
It looked pretty meaningful.
Well, I'm saying, obviously I'm not saying he's going in there but he didn't mean to be that rough to his own teammate. You know what I mean? But he didn't know his own strength. Like, imagine we have a guy like that who's so freakishly athletic that he doesn't even know his own strength against massive human beings, dude. I'm excited as fuck for Yaya, by the way. Chuck, you're too silent, man. You have to jump in here.
The Vita that's real.
I'm not silent. I cannot get enough of this. And the more I hear about the front seven becoming super imposing, the less I feel like I'm going to have to worry about, what is our biggest question, which is the secondary, really. I mean, if they can create, if they can create a ton of pressure up there and everybody's stepping up. I mean, I know how you guys feel about White leaving and going to the Eagles, and we just slide in another guy, a guy we're more excited about. There's no better phrase in July than tempers are flaring at training camp. That is like all I want to hear. Inject that into my veins. Fights, please. Bring it all on.
Oh, yeah. I think it was Trey Palmer. I think Trey Palmer got up and he took a swing at Britt, bro. And it was one of those, like, Britt was walking away and he kind of felt something, and then you turn around like, motherfucker, what?
Yeah, like what?
You see Trey Palmer, you see Trey Palmer, like he bucked up for a second. He's like, wait, hold on, bro.
Yeah. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Trey's like, somebody step in. Hurry up. Somebody fucking step in.
All
Somebody, anybody.
150 pounds of Trey and KJ like.
The only guy Britt might not be able to actually like attack would probably be that unit that Stank captured on camera. But other than that, dude, I like KJ Britt is continuously being reported as a dude starting shit. He's in the skirmishes. Todd Bowles said if they were going to have a fight, which obviously we don't want to happen, KJ Britt is probably going to be in the middle of it because he's running his fucking mouth, right? But dude, I miss that kind of shit. I like that. I want that. I want the JPP on this team because we kind of don't have that guy. Devin's gone. Yeah. Devin was a lot of hot air.
That's what Devin used to do. Yeah.
But it's harder when you're also doing that and also like missing your assignments, right? Like they do, shut the fuck up, okay? Good for you, man. Cool. But could you fucking cover a tight end? Yeah, try that. But KJ Britt, he's like, I'm a lunch pail motherfucker, and I will punch you in the face with the fucking lunch pail. So let's go. And he's doing his job, and he's out there talking shit, dude. I fucking love that. I love that, dude. JPP has been missed on this team for years, and I think we have that mouth finally.
Yeah, I think a good word for KJ is intensity. Sorry, Latte, go ahead.
No, you're good. Intensity is the correct word. It's just Bry Gouge says, I'm excited to see Winfield, Whitehead, Tyke Smith in the secondary together. Don't forget Zion, bro. They put him at safety that entire playoff game, and it was just, like, listen, Sammer's been it's gonna be fun. Todd's been cooking up some shit, bro, on how to use all four of those guys. It's going to be lots of fun.
He's a schemer. He's gonna be ready to rock. And that's when I think he does his best, is when he has to elevate guys who maybe aren't just relying on talent alone. And a nice strong scheme. And this is the division to do it, guys. This is the division to do that in.
Well, I mean, Chuck, talk about week one, bro. Like, good matchup, but Lord Jesus, good luck, Jaden Daniels, because Todd's gonna have an entire offseason to scheme that up and use those safeties and move them around and blitz, and oh man,
it's really sitting pretty for them. And I know defense isn't really sticky that often year to year, but they have 12 of their 17 matchups are against teams that were bottom half of the league in passing defense success rate. So I mean, they're not going through the gauntlet. They have a couple tough challenges, but this isn't like I don't think they're going to get torched the way that the national media is expecting them to.
Dude, you can tell from the way Todd speaks about Zion, the way he speaks about Jordan Whitehead being back there. It's like he's had this hole that's been leaking in a boat in the secondary for an entire year. When we had Ryan, whatever the fuck was it Ryan Neal?
I don't want to.
Whatever his name was, okay?
Don't ever say his fucking name on the podcast.
And now, like, you can sense that there's an entire, 200-pound amount of weight gone off of Todd's shoulders. He's so confident in Jordan Whitehead back there with Antoine. Also, we got Izzy who's still in the mix. You got the the kid they grabbed from the Texans. You got the kid they grabbed from the Jets, who's going to play in the mix as well. And they are confident in Zion. No other reason for them to come out there and back him so hardcore unless they feel that he's going to be special. And remember, he's one of the most, if not the most athletic corner out of the draft in fucking 30 years or some shit. So the kid can play if he could just get the IQ side of it right, which apparently looks like he's doing. So, I don't think it's going to be as big a problem as people think. And you have Tyke, who's another chess piece. Todd texted me the other day, Tyke, Jordan Whitehead, Antoine, and he just put a bunch of exclamation points. Come on.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Hey, King Cook and some other people in the chat are talking about Whitehead. Stank, you and I both, specifically, I think it was either pointed out, he looked like he pulled a groin.
It was right in front of us, and he kind of went off.
Have we heard anything? Because apparently the chat's saying it's a hamstring.
It happened at the end of the night, right?
Yeah, it was right at the end of the night. And
so
he
today's
just
an off day.
Gingerly walked off. Looked like he was holding his groin.
It looked like groin to me. He was holding his groin, but the people are saying hamstring. It's hamstring. I'm not.
Yeah, and I think he did a presser after the practice too, so it couldn't have been too severe. But I don't know specifically.
They really won't know. We won't know until tomorrow because today was a day off. So you're probably not going to get anything until after tomorrow's practice, either during to see if he plays or practices, and then afterwards, obviously with the press conference. But
Cali Bucs, another reason to ban Stank for practice. No more practices, bro. That's two injuries. Whitehead and our fucking guard. Jesus,
we're clear and everything's clean, and you show up barefoot and fucking the whole place.
I'm leaving for Las Vegas for 10 days. I'm gonna miss most of camp anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
I sent you to Las Vegas. That's why.
You did.
You didn't just get to go.
I appreciate that.
So I can't go.
Yeah.
Hooters Casino. What are we talking about here? I might go too.
Hey, come on, baby.
He's not smart. Full
Dollar blackjack, Miller highlights. All right, let's go.
I didn't put him in a nice hotel. I put him at that like clown
From off the
carnival.
strip.
What's
Off
that?
the strip.
Yeah, what's that one called? The circus.
Bro, that
Circus,
is,
circus.
is legitimately a fucking weird place, bro. That place is.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
where I had you staying. So
you're going to the bunny ranch. Check. Got it. Okay.
No, well, you think I would send him barefoot to the bunny ranch? Dude, he wouldn't pass the first checkpoint at the bunny ranch.
For like 8 minutes. I'll be in and out there real quick.
I got coupons. Don't worry. We'll get in.
Say we'll pick out like 5-6 girls, go in, come out. What happens? Everything good? Oh, he's just done. What? He got 5 of you though.
Yeah, we just watched Mesh Concepts from Combs' time at Kentucky. That's all we did.
Yeah, that's it. There's gonna be a lot of mesh. Lots of mesh concepts in that bitch.
So listen, this last topic is something that it's been eating at me since I saw a video a couple days ago. Okay. We got a guy in Kalijah Cansey who's going to be a fucking stud, in my opinion. Okay. Guy's a dog. Doesn't look like he's ever been nice to another human being, and that's fine by me. Like, I don't want him to be nice. I don't want him to say aw. I don't want him to think a puppy or a baby is cute. I want him to be a complete fucking asshole all the time. Forever. And that's how you build a winner, right? But then you got this other guy all of a sudden showing up at camp, who loves the camera, by the way, coming out there trying to teach him how to pass rush, teach him how to be a defensive tackle, and then at the end of practice gets everybody Kona ice.
It's good. Kona ice is good.
I like Kona ice though. I like Kona ice.
No, it's not about Kona ice. It's not about Kona ice.
One of the better things he brought to this franchise. Kona ice.
I'm just saying, like, when that was happening when he was here, come on, dude. Enough of that. That's some soft shit.
Kona ice had some other D tackles humping trees. I mean,
see, I'm just saying, I don't want. Is it time for us to ban Kona ice from camp? And when I'm saying Kona ice, I'm also saying number 93.
No, man. Come on. Gerald is always welcome here.
Yeah.
As a reporter.
I have fun.
He's out there trying to teach Kalijah Cansey how to do things.
If he could teach him his get off, I'm happy with that.
Kalijah Cansey in that Detroit Lions game made more plays. That meant something in that one playoff game against Detroit than McCoy's entire career.
McCoy had a good get off.
It's so good. It was nothing but offsides penalties, dude.
You know what's messed up, Sammer, is that the organization, at least the front office, has shown like like they gave his number away within 48 hours of him being gone.
And he's still sniffing around, dude.
And he still comes back. He's like that girl that you just left and you're like, I don't know. No.
Girl, I cheated on you. What the fuck do you like? I'm trying to tell you to fuck off.
I'm trying to tell you I don't want to be with you.
Fuck off.
But I don't mind the Kona ice. But yeah,
no, I do. It sends a wrong message. He should be out there bringing barbecue.
We were there, and yeah, Kalijah did give him the side eye, like, okay, bro.
Motherfucker, who are you?
All right.
Yeah, I know how to do this, dude. Thanks.
I got it.
Yeah, I know how to swim move. Thanks, dude. I get it. Yeah.
I got to side with him on the Kona Ice here. I was doing a little research. Kona Ice actually has a pretty extensive Wikipedia page. Their headquarters are in Florence, Kentucky, which is nearby a military installation. So my guess is this is probably a deep state psyop, and they're just using it to infiltrate with nice, tasty little treats. So I'd be a little bit hesitant if they're just rolling up, serving players. Who knows what's going on? It's an election year. I don't know. I'm skeptical.
That might be on something.
Is Kona Ice? Is that DEI ice? Is that DEI?
DEI ice. Might be DEI.
Now I'm skeptical. Yeah. Now I'm starting to worry a little bit.
That might be DE ice.
I was wondering why they only had red and blue. That's the only two flavors allowed. That's it.
Yeah, they also had like an ear with blood on it. That was also an option. A bloody ear option.
That's a tough look. That's a tough look.
DE ice. All right. So anyway, a lot of people don't know who the fuck Chuck Bass actually is. So
that is true.
Chuck, you're a fantasy football weirdo. Like, I'm actually in a fantasy football league with him. It's called the Ozempic Trials, I believe it's called, correct? Where we are supposed to cut a player every week until the final week to see who could win with only 3 on the roster. Is that what explain this whole thing?
That was a pretty good drunk idea. I think I had like I don't know, half a bottle of Michter's, and I was thinking like these Ozempic commercials are everywhere. It's everywhere in the media. How about a league where every week you have to just cut a player, and eventually we're going to work down to 4 guys, and that'll be your final 4. And we have 12 leagues going right now. And if I have some more Michter's, maybe we'll add a few more. And if anybody wants to join, they're more than welcome. I'm making this shit up on the fly, and we're having a good time with it.
Fucking fun.
Savage shit, bro. We might do a loose cannons league again. We're just going to let you run it, bro. How about that?
Please, I will burn that motherfucker to the ground. I would love nothing more than to be a part of it.
And I like that it's something different because it's the same old fucking Yahoo shit that I've been doing for 30 years. I like that shit. I like it.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to like those first like 5 or 6 weeks. You're gonna be trimming your last picks, but then you get to like, maybe like week 11, and you're like, shit, I have to cut a Chris Godwin, or I have to cut like a T Higgins. Like it's gonna come down to the wire. What you gonna do?
I like it. I gotta talk to you about some fantasy show stuff that we have.
So sure. Chuck, the guys that get cut, can they be picked up by other teams? And
no waivers, no trades, no nada. This is your jam. You're rocking it till the end. So don't fuck it up.
What about some like back alleyway deals with the commish?
Oh, I'm always accepting bribes, payments, coupons, tickets, Dave and Buster's power card points, whatever you got. I'm in for it.
That's the type of league I like to be in. A league that allows for.
I also like a commissioner that can be greased. I like this guy.
Yeah, this is America, baby.
This is a baby oil
podcast. This is not to bring it back to it, but look at this election. It's very representative of the culture right now, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Go. All right.
You mean absolutely insane? I agree.
Yeah, big time.
So since you are not only doing the weird fantasy football stuff, you do know your fantasy football in all seriousness. So before I let you plug all the cool shit you do with your weird ass podcast, give us your top 5. Have you gone through? I'm sure you've done 8 million mock drafts at this point. Who are your top 5 fantasy football picks?
Regular PPR, regular run of the mill type league.
Yeah, look, when it comes to, I like a goofy league every now and then from like a roster construction standpoint. But as far as scoring goes, guys, I'm as missionary as they come. So I don't like to get a little bit too wild for it. So I can give you a couple guys that I think are going to be, they're going to be pretty fun.
You're tickling Stink's balls with that, dude. He's missionary. He might have invented it.
Hey, belly to belly missionary.
So I'm going to exclude
heavy
the Bucs
ear
from this.
breathing.
I love every second of it. Please, right through the hole of the pants. I'm going to exclude the Bucs. I will say I think every Buccaneer, and this is take my bias out of it, I do think they're a smash at value. There's no respect on the team whatsoever at any of the positions. So don't be afraid to scoop up any Buccaneers this year. They're going great. So let's look at some guys. I love Devon Achane, running back for the Dolphins. I think there's only a handful of guys that can get you that high score per any given week. I know people are concerned about maybe his frame and his size, but they're not giving him the volume that you would have to worry about that. Going in the next round right there, I really like DJ Moore. I love that safety blanket for Caleb Williams. Now, obviously, that depends on if you're a Caleb Williams believer. I happen to be a big one. DJ Moore, wide receiver 6 last year, and that's with Justin Fields throwing him the ball. I think this is a big upgrade across the board. You move down a little bit more, you start to get into a little. I like to take some running backs in these rounds 4, round 5. Joe Mixon is going to be a workhorse again for the Texans. I want a piece of that Texans offense. And I think the wide receivers are a little overpriced because I think it's going to be an absolute hodgepodge, Diggs, Nico, Tank Dell. Like they're just going to alternate. Very 2020, Buccaneers. Is it going to be a Mike Evans week? Is it going to be an Antonio Brown week? Give me the running back. That's going to be pretty hot. I'm going to avoid saying my last one because you guys are going to absolutely hate it because you have a popular saying around here. It's a 3-word saying involving another team in the division.
Cut him off.
Fucking that team.
Fucking mute his ass right now.
No, I want to hear it. This is fantasy. Yeah, anything goes.
We want to hear this bullshit.
Anything goes.
Guy's wearing a fucking jersey with a collar on it, dude. Look, he's wearing a polo jersey. I mean,
I'm a fraud. I'm a fake. I'm an absolute cheapskate. I like Alvin Kamara this year, guys. I think it's the last year you're ever going to want to have a piece of him. I don't want anybody else in the Saints offense. I don't trust the passing game. The offensive line is horrible, but the truth is Alvin Kamara got so many targets last year that he was the RB3 in points per game when he came back from playing Dance Dance Revolution on a guy's head. So once that was over and he was back in the mix, I mean, Derek Carr is going to check the ball down left and right. So I'll give you one more that I love, and then my weirdness can be over. If you guys see Evan Ingram in that 7th, 8th round, reel him in. You can wait on tight end this year. The tight ends are all over the board. He's going to command a high target share. They got rid of Calvin Ridley. They replaced him with Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is great for memes. He's not great for points. So that's a pretty good smash coming late.
The chat
and
is blowing up right now with fuck the Saints, bro. They are lighting
everybody.
They are lighting you up right now.
That's kind of what I wanted. It's like I win either way. I get to say what I want, and then I get to hear a bunch of fuck the Saints.
Right,
can't get any better than that.
I got some fantasy stuff for you, and everybody knows I'm into I love fantasy. But Chuck, I got a question for you.
Some would say you live in fantasy.
I do. Well, not that to be snake.
No,
That's
he
a different kind
lives-
of fantasy.
He lives in
So
stupidity.
I'm in a keeper league of which I won the championship. I went worst to first, gangster fucking style. Yeah, I beat somebody in the playoffs with Gardner Minshew. That was so good.
Was it a budget remodel? Are you built for long-term success?
This is not it wasn't dynasty, but it was I just went from worst to first, just redraft. But I was able to keep Jalen Hurts from that first year. Anyways, my question is, would you keep Jalen Hurts for your 4th round penalty this year, a 4th round pick this year, or reset the clock with a new keeper and keep Sam Laporta for a 6th?
I'm probably taking Jalen Hurts. I just don't think that Sam Laporta is going to repeat as a top 1, 2, 3 tight end. I think he can still have. I mean, he had the worst tight end one season last year of anybody in like 6 or 7 years. Jamison Williams is really coming alive in camp. They had some guys missing time last year. I don't think he's still going to be a top 5 guy. But Jalen Hurts is still that top 2, actually team-changing quarterback, and I still think they're going to run the tush push on the regs. So I'd probably run that direction, just because I think that like I said about Evan Ingram. I mean, Evan Ingram is going as the tight end 8, and then you got guys like Njoku and Jake Ferguson going after him. Brock Bowers, if you want to get nuts. Yeah. I mean, you're talking like you have your pick of the litter. The quarterbacks who are going to kill it for you week to week and drop you 28, 32, 36 points, it's pretty limited. So I'm pulling that in.
Okay. And then the second part of that question is, I'm sitting at 7th overall, right? So it gets a little weird there. McCaffrey's probably gone.
The tough spot.
Gone. Amon-Ra's probably gone, right? I'm looking at maybe Brees, maybe. So is it too high, Chuck, to just go ahead and get that stack and go get AJ Brown at 7?
You know what? That's so funny. I was just talking about this earlier. My top 3 in the drafts in no order are McCaffrey, Lamb, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Pick them in whatever order you want. After that, the next like 7 guys, you just take dealer's choice. You want to go Chase, you want to go Hall, you want to go AJ Brown, you want to go Justin Jefferson. There is absolutely no wrong pick. They're all going to be absolutely fine. There's the concerns about them melt away when you look at how they've performed in different elements that a lot of them have been exposed to. He's going to be fantastic. I'm okay with that.
Pretty lethal stack too with him and Jalen.
Chuck, for old guys like me, I like to draft like legacy guys, the ones that are they're on their way out of the league. I don't know, Randall Cobb's, stuff
Julio
like that.
Joneses of the world.
Julio,
yeah.
Who are the older players that are draftable, and who should I stay away from here?
So you're looking for one last ride kind of guys?
Yeah, somebody that was once a first rounder, but I don't remember because I just don't, and I still value them like in the top fucking rounds. Who's somebody I should stay away with?
Who's unofficially retired but hasn't put his paperwork in that Stan could possibly draft in the 5th round?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. There's multiple ways you can go with this. Number 1 is going to be Keenan Allen. If you want to go 5th, okay. I think he's priced a little. I'd love to see him fall a little bit, but people aren't buying it. They saw how unbelievable he was last year. So there's some stake in there. But if you want to punt a little bit later, you've got Austin Eckler, Ezekiel Elliott. These guys are going. Right? Yeah, Chubb. These guys are going 9, 10, 11, round 11. Like you're going to be able to. You're not going to lose an ounce of sleep if these guys don't have great seasons, and they're still primed to be pretty involved in their offenses for varying degrees, of course. It's going to be a lot of fun because like the other guys that you'd want to pick for this, like a Devontae Adams or somebody like that, they're going early 2nd round. I mean, it's like it's really funny. It's like you're going to be able to tell everybody's personality this year by who they pick, because you're seeing Marvin Harrison Jr. going next to Devontae Adams. You're seeing like Bijan Robinson go right next to Garrett Wilson. Like I'm going to know who you are just based upon your teams.
So is it worth drafting Justin Fields?
The kick returner for the Steelers depends on your league. Might be fun. Yeah, it's definitely worth it because the Steelers have a fucking brutal schedule. I'm telling you, hey, Justin Fields for his lack of skill is worth a late round flyer because Russell Wilson is not a good quarterback anymore, even if he is better than Kenny Pickett.
I was going to ask you about Dalvin Cook. He's currently not on the roster. Could I pick him up, late 15th round, whatever the last round is in my league?
You picked Julio Jones 2 years ago. Stank, you picked Julio Jones a couple years ago in like the 5th round.
I don't believe it, 5th round.
Yes, yeah, it was. 5th or 6th round, you grabbed a Julio Jones.
Couldn't believe he was there, to be honest with you.
You were like, is Randy Moss still available?
For real. Hey, by the way, we got a bunch of super chats that we haven't even read. Callie Bucks way earlier said Bedia couldn't even remember Logan Hall's name when he did the Chris Long interview. It says a lot about the impact of Logan Hall. Yeah, Logan Hall is, you still don't hear about the guy at all. I mean, he was out there last night. I guess we'll see. He has a lot to prove. And then we have Westside Sports that was speaking about the Kona Ice psyop. He said, "Now I've heard everything. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat." And then he also donated $4.99. He said, "Chuck, what wings looking like?"
Yeah, we were getting
also. Oh yeah, wait, yeah. That's a question for later. My bad. It's a question for later.
Yeah, unbelievable, dude. You were the worst.
What? I was the super chat, man.
Super chat
foreshadowing
ever. How are you bad at everything I tell you to do on the show?
You didn't even tell me to do that. I was just catching
I did a year ago. I told you were in charge of super chats a year ago. This is the first time you've taken it upon yourself to do the task I gave you a fucking year ago.
I got it done.
Let's go, baby.
All right, Chuck. Since you are a first-time guest, okay, we have to ask you the two questions that we have to ask of all of our guests, and the answers to these two questions will determine no matter how hilarious you are. Latte had to go. No matter how hilarious you are and how much we like the shenanigans, if you don't answer these questions to our liking, you're never coming back, and we just won't interact with you, and you will basically be a dead person to us. So we all agree that chicken wings are the greatest football food known to the galaxy, right? So when you are eating chicken wings, are you going dry rub or are you going wet and saucy?
You know what? Usually I want to be honest and say it depends on a lot of varying factors depending on my blood alcohol level, if anyone else is around me. I'm a sauce boss, guys. That's just how I go. I like them wet and I like them dripping, and that says everything about who I am and what I represent, and I'm going down with the ship if that has to be the case.
Disappointing.
Disappointing. No, that's exactly the answer, dude. On this podcast, we like them just like we like our. Anyway,
dripping like a waterfall, please. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, TLC, a little TLC action there. I like that.
A little dry action either.
No. Nobody likes dry action, dude. No one you can't rub. No, you can't enter on dry rub, dude. It's not like they call it dry rub, and I've always think of the exact same. Like, dude, that's a tough rub.
You can it's crispy. You know what you're getting. You don't get all messy.
Nah, you're getting. That's causing irritation, dude. A dry rub is always going to be irritation later on.
That's why I like it. You know, I like them. I like the slow roast. I like it a little more. Cook for a while, a little more mature. Less
sandpaper texture. You like that sandpaper rub?
Yeah.
You like that grind.
Like the crunch.
Actual literal grind. All right, Chuck, when you're having those deliciously saucy dripping down your elbow.
This is the only question that matters, by the way, Chuck.
Oh shit.
What the fuck are you dipping them in? Blue cheese or trailer gravy?
Siri, what do these guys like to dip their wings into? I know. All right. Give it to me one more time because I thought about that joke was going to be funny and it absolutely fucking sucked. Oh, she's in.
Wait. She's actually. What is she saying?
Siri said baby carrots and ketchup. I don't know what the fuck she's on right now.
Did you just put your ear down to your microphone to listen closer? Why did you do that? That's not how that thing works, dude.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Of course not. You need to turn down the volume in your car to hear better.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you.
Actually do that.
I'm going to be honest with you again because I'm a straight shooter. I don't like to dip my wings in shit. I trust the sauce. I trust the chef. I go with the gut, and I just let that baby ride. And if it's a mistake, I just get a different sauce, grab the waitress. I'll go back in the kitchen. Hey, can I talk to you for a little bit? I don't know, something like that.
I like that. Listen, that's how I am at restaurants. Stank's been with me multiple times when we've gone out to eat, and I just like to just help myself to any of the employee-only doors. Because that's just, I think that's how you get a real experience at a restaurant.
Your restaurant's called Mugs and Jugs. It's inviting you to come in anywhere, no matter what kind of dry rub they're going to give you back there. It doesn't matter.
Come in anywhere. That should be the motto for Mugs and Jugs. Free right here. You got it. Nobody's going to charge. Well, Sam might actually end up charging.
I just typed that in, and actually Kona Ice owns the trademark on that, so they might have to wait for some legal counsel to get involved. But otherwise,
that's not a wrong answer, Chuck. Honestly, it's probably the most popular answer. the wing purists. I feel like it's a movement. Nobody even talks about it, right? We're over here. We're staunch blue cheese army over here, right? And we think that everybody else is all ranch, but I feel like more people are purists.
It's not. I have to have my wings with blue cheese. It's if I am forced to dip them, or I feel like, you know what, they're a bit on the temperature side. You know, I can't put this in my mouth. I'm gonna, burn my tongue. Then I need the blue cheese to kind of,
Yeah, I'll co-sign if somebody like if the wings are subpar, or I'm at like somewhere where I know this is not a sauce place. I'm getting blue cheese. That's coming into the fold. Maybe I'm picturing this wrong. I'm picturing myself at like a 5-star Yelp place when I need to be picturing myself at like an airport Chili's to go or something like that.
You a Yelp review guy? You like to leave Yelp reviews everywhere?
I feel like you're the Chuck's
or are you go to Yelp only when it's the worst experience ever and you have to let someone else know? Or you just
I definitely went through a phase before I was on Twitter where I was like saying all the shit I say on there, but in my Yelp reviews, and that was actually going over pretty well. But only 1 star or 5 stars, nowhere in between. And I give places that I like that probably weren't 5 stars, just because I'm a big supporter of local business, and everything else can get fucked.
So you're a liar
and a cheater
on the internet.
I'm just.
So you like to lie on the internet? That's what you're telling me right now.
I'm a man
on Al Gore's internet. You sit there and lie.
That's what the AI is telling me to do, and I abide by the.
Bro, this guy has been on the cover of an airport magazine more than once, bro. Like an airplane magazine, which is the only magazine anybody actually reads in.
NFL Critic of the Year by Sky Mall's NFL Critic of the Year.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. I tried to get on Maxim and they folded, so I had to go to the next best source. And Sky Mall still going strong.
Chuck, did you get that jersey?
I like that pun.
In the Sky Mall catalog?
No, you guys are ragging on this. I've seen this jersey in the team store.
If you look behind him, Stank, there's actually a coffee table that turns into a dog house. That's definitely from Sky Mall. Hey, dude, here's a couch that you could also put litter in. Yeah, now your cat can shit in your couch when no one will know. But you'll smell it, but no one will know. No one will know. It's only 13 payments of $129.99, skymall.com.
Dude, when you're 6 vodka doubles deep on a Vegas flight and you pull out Sky Mall magazine, you're telling me you're not buying something? They have Wi-Fi on the plane now. That's gone. That's in the cart before I hit the ground.
Yeah, dude, run it on a Visa gift card with nothing on it. Listen,
that might be at my hotel before I even check in. That might already be there. That's how I like to run. Right.
So I'm gonna ask you guys this: Has either of you guys ever actually ordered anything from Sky Mall?
No.
No, I have.
I did order this thing off of like a late night infomercial one time. It was called the Rotato. You could stick a potato on it, and then you could turn the top, and it would peel potato or make potato strings. That's probably the most desperate I've ever purchased.
Chuck,
I called the 1-800 number in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, and I ordered it.
Oh, and one thing. I want the potato thing. I want the potato thing. Yeah. Can I get the free bag too? Yeah. Chuck, you a Sky Mall consumer?
I ordered one thing. It was like an automatic swipe righter, so I could just set the app for swipe right. And I could go cook. I don't know, do some errands, come back. I will have swiped right. You sure
that's what it's used for?
That's how it was marketed to me. Now it did feel a little targeted, which I thought was strange for a Sky Mall print magazine that they could target market. But you know what? I fly enough that might be the case.
It's literally.
I'm a cover athlete. I'm a cover athlete. What do you want?
It's just a finger that does this. You know what? I bought something and it never arrived. I bought a Back to the Future chess set. Never made it. Never made it.
Chuck, can you fix that? Can you call your people over at Sky Mall and get that fucking chess set?
Fuck, Chuck.
I've got some strings that I can pull. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been any turnover there lately. I might be able to get in with the editor.
Yeah, they've only done one issue the entire 30 years they've been.
I don't think they're busy. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. All right.
Now
Chuck.
You know what? I think I'm gonna order something out of Sky Mall catalog this Friday when I'm flying.
I'm gonna go buy a flight somewhere just so I can get the latest Sky Mall. And just sitting there and be like, hey, where you going? What do you got going on when you land? Oh, nothing, dude. I'm literally here for the Sky Mall, Matt. So if you could please shut the fuck up, I could go through this thing because it's like 75 pages, and I need to make sure I choose the best items in said catalog. So let's cut the small talk here.
And she's just like trying to tell you you're in an exit row.
No. Sir, are you okay with the dude? Fuck off. All right. I have 75 pages. All right. Can't hear you. Sorry. All right, Chuck. Before we let you go, man, let people know what you do, what's on your YouTube channel, what that YouTube channel is, and
Sure.
you know, any of the 501c3s that you're a part of.
Oh well, those have to. Those are only for people who are access to my Patreon. I am the host of This Guy Sucks with Chuck Bass on YouTube, Twitter, Apple, Spotify, all that stuff, and we just basically, you know, roast players. Try to, you know, point out a little bit of the, you know, I know we all get angry, and it's a place for you to come and vent and share your frustrations. There is swearing. It's actually encouraged. So I would encourage everybody to get over there and just let me have it. You know, I'm never doing my job well. I like to be the one sometimes who takes the brunt. So we'll talk about fantasy. We'll talk about NFL. We'll talk about drinking, drugs, gambling, sex, everything that, you know, people want to hear. And we'll just do it with a little bit of that flair that we're famous for.
Wow.
Sounds disgusting.
It is terribly.
Right now. Hold on.
Sounds idiotic. Before I forget, everybody who somehow lasted the entire 58 minutes so far, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave us a comment if you disagree with anything that Chuck said, which is very likely. Or if you hated Chuck, if you think Chuck should come back, let us know.
Especially that, yes.
Yeah, and of course, no, especially the hate Chuck. That I want to definitely know about that. I want to hear. I want to just read what the fuck Chuck ? On all these comments. No, let us know what you guys thought. And of course, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. And before I forget, I'm wearing the Upside Down Tampa hat like I always do. That's because they are a new partner of ours. The partner is not called Upside Down Hats, though. It's called reversebrand.com. If you guys go to reversebrand.com and enter the discount code Loose Cannons, you save 10% off your entire order, and the proceeds of that order go directly to the National CMV Foundation, which is a foundation started by John Spytek and his wife to bring attention to a terrible disease that can be prevented and can be avoided if you are knowledgeable and understand what could or could not happen when your child is about to be born. So it's an amazing cause, a great foundation. It started with a terrible, terrible tragedy, as most things like this do, but it's turned into a great positive thing. So go check out what Reverse Brand has to offer, and in doing so, you're helping a great cause. Chuck, you're officially Loose Cannons. Your Loose Cannons cherry's been popped.
Yeah, you're officially a cannon. We'll send
on the resume, baby.
Yeah, we'll send you the contact the paperwork. You know, all the things you have to do to join this gang that we've got going on, including the ass tattoo, which, you know, we all have gotten at some point. So
I was going to say, if you guys even want to add a few things to that typical contract that you think most people would never be in their right mind to sign, I mean, I'm the guy for it.
Right off the bat, you have to have a bidet installed in every toilet in your home.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I've got not just that, but backups for when it ever goes down. I do not play around with that.
What kind of bidets you buying that are going down, dude? You telling me you're
not the bidets, baby? It's me. It's not the bidets. It's me.
He likes a little bit more PSI than what you can get on the regular market.
I'm running a 45. I'm running 45 PSI in the main bathroom right now. Right.
That's rookie. That's rookie stuff. You got to bump that up. You might. Yeah, that's way down there in the levels.
Dude, right at the right angle. That shit's coming right out of my belly button, dude. I'm just saying.
Just like my wings, I prefer my ass to stay dry. You know, get a little
dry rub ass.
Yeah, I'm more of a dry rub ass guy.
You do smell like lemon pepper. Shit.
I like the consistency. I like that a lot across the board.
Yeah.
That's yeah. You know, you're just smearing shit around in your cheeks and lifting your pants up and going back to work, right? Stank.
Bro, that's how every human in existence has done it. All right.
Yeah. Most of the world still really.
Think you're too good to be like the rest of us, bro?
You think cavemen were using toilet paper? They were going to the fucking river. If
they lived near a river, what if they didn't live near a river? What were they? They weren't bideting their ass
before Joe Biden became president. There were rivers everywhere. Okay, there was waterways everywhere. You could get to a lake, an ocean, a pond, a river, a stream, a gulf, a bay. You could get to any of these waterways.
I know for a fact your ancestors didn't live anywhere near rivers.
No, we would drill down. We had olive oil with us too.
I will say you're right about that. I've not seen one lagoon in the 4 years that Joe Biden.
Yeah, see, what happened?
I've not thought about that.
Where are the American lagoons, Stank? Where are the American lagoons?
These lagoons are streaming up from Mexico. No one's stopping them.
They're coming up from the ground.
There's lots of legumes, but lagoons, yeah, no, it's been a while.
When was the last time you saw a nice stream?
I was out on one in the airboat not too long ago.
That's not
Clutch
stream.
answer.
That was a river, dude. Yeah. What part of Florida were you there, buddy? That was DeSantis country, wasn't it?
A super red part of Sawgrass, and
because they still have American waterways out there, man. That's all I'm saying. Still got American waterways. All right, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. We will see you guys. Today's Wednesday, probably next Monday, and we got some big stuff. Got some big stuff coming next Tuesday. Latte and I and Chuck will be at training camp, so we'll have some up close and personal interviews with players and friends and general managers and cool guys, and who knows, maybe some cool gals. You never know, man. Never know. So go Bucs.
Bucs.